Yo, peace was good. Welcome to the install my CD collection. This is part 63. Bought a couple other CDs, but like I said, it's CDs I had over the past month or two. What was a holdup was because like there was a couple CDs that I bought from the last CD collection that I was buying overseas. So the rest of these I bought, you know, in stores and things like that. So expect to see more videos more often and shit. Alright, without further ado, let's start with the first album of the video. Project Pat's second album, Mista Don't Play. Everything's Working, released in 2001. This is his second album. I need to get his first album, Getty Green, which I can get. But I could get it at the FYE close to my house. It was like 15 minutes away from me, by the mall. But I think $12.99 is expensive for a CD like that. That's just my opinion. But I'm cheap, you know what I mean? But found this for like $2, whatever. The singles off this album are Chicken Head and Don't Save Her, featuring Crunchy Black. Yeah, man, I think it's a dope album. It's pretty cool. Got some dope beats and stuff like that. I mean, DJ Paul and Juicy J on the production. Can't go wrong with that, man. They, to me, in my opinion, I feel like DJ Paul, Juicy J are underrated producers in my opinion. They're dope. I fucks with them, you know what I'm saying? But at least I like the older stuff. That's just my opinion. But Project Pat, Mista Don't Play, Everything's Working, released in 2001. This is the OG Pression. This is not the re-release that came out 2013, which I didn't know until I checked Wikipedia. So, but yeah, got my hands on this. So this is Project Pat, his second album. Then we got Common's sixth album titled B, released in 2005. I remember this album coming out, I think around the spring or early summer of 2005. I believe. I don't remember. It's been a while. I know it came out. I want to say around the time I graduated high school. So it had to be like around May of that year. So yeah, man. Common. A lot of people consider this his comeback album, you know, because you know people keep saying about Electric Circus, which in my opinion I think is underrated. In my opinion, I always felt like that was like a more experimental album by Common, but that's neither here nor say. But the singles off this album are The Corner, the dope video for it, Go, Testify, which I thought was pretty dope. Love Is My Shy City. Oh my, Shy City should have been a single. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, Common B, it's released in 2005. A lot of people feel like this is the volume's too loud. Sorry about that. So like I said, B by Common. A lot of people consider this his comeback album, which, you know, I do agree. It's like Kanye West, you know, kind of revived his career, so to speak. But yeah, Common B, released in 2005. Then we got C-Rayz Walls. I can never say it. C-Rayz Walls, with his album Ravipops, released in 2003. This is when he was down with Def Jux or Definite Jux. Yeah, man. I have his album Return of the Beast that came out in 2005. I did a review on it, but I didn't like how it came out, so I deleted it. And plus, I was getting shit. I was getting a lot of shit from other subscribers saying like, oh, you know, like you're saying his name wrong, whatever, and all that type of shit. And like, I didn't like how it came out anyway, so I deleted it. So you guys will never see that review. I'll probably revisit that album again someday. I don't know. But yeah, Ravipops. I don't know the singles off the album, but yeah, just glad to own it right here. C-Rayz Walls, Ravipops, released in 2003. Yup, 03. Alright, then we got Nas with Stillmatic. This is his fifth album. This is released in 2001. I bought this. It's funny because I used to have this album back in the day, and I still do. I just don't have the case. I know you guys will, why you keep buying CDs? Because I can do that. It's my money. So I want to do that. Plus, I'm a completist. I like to have the case, the booklet, the CD. I'm anal like that. I'm weird like that. But very important album in Nas's career. You know, this is when he was beefing with, you know, Jay-Z and stuff like that, and things like that. And, you know, this was like considered Nas's revival as far as like hip hop, because a lot of people trash Nostradamus, which I felt, in my opinion, I felt like Nostradamus was a slept-on album. It wasn't his best album, obviously, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be, at least to me. But I think Nostradamus is dope, but it does have some like questionable moments and stuff like that as far as like production. But that, in my opinion, I felt like was the beginning of Nas's downfall as far as production, because there was some beats on Nostradamus was kind of like iffy, but it wasn't bad of an album. But that's just my opinion. But getting back to this album, this is when he came back at after the whole Rockefeller crew with Ether, which, yo, I remember when Ether first came out. That came out around the second week of December of 2001. I remember it came out on a Tuesday night. I believe it was like December 15th or some shit of that year. And I remember Funk Flex played Ether 4 times that night. I mean, that shit was so fucking crazy, man. And I was a freshman in high school at that time too, and I was still living in Queens. So, but yeah, that song, oh my god, that shit is so dope. But in retrospect, I feel like the beat could have been a lot better. Even though I did like Takeover, Takeover was dope. The thing with Takeover, it feels more of a song, more so than the Ether. Ether, you could tell, is a diss track. It's not a song that has good replay value, if that makes sense. Yeah, what he said is comical, it's funny and things like that, but to play it in a club, like, it just doesn't sound right. It's not like with Takeover I could play that, you know, in a club and stuff like that, and people will fucking dance to it and vibe to that shit. With Ether, you could probably only play that like at a hip hop show. It's just like, it's just not so what I'm trying to say, it doesn't have replay, but it doesn't age very well, you know what I'm saying? And that's because of the production, but that's just my opinion. But the singles off the album are Got Yourself a Gun, One Mic was a single. I think Rule was a single, but it was like more of a unofficial single. It was like an underground single in a sense. But yeah, glad to own this. Like, although I already have the album, but yeah, Nas was Stillmatic, released in 2001. Then we got Tricky with Angels with Dirty Faces. This was released in 1998. This is his 3rd album. I already have his the Juxtapose, the joint that he collabed with DJ Muggs and Dame Grease. I think it came out the same year, or it came out a year later. I think it came out in 1999. I don't remember. But yeah, man, Tricky. You guys know I've mentioned before. I showed him a couple times. Some of my CD collections. You know, at one point he used to be the frontman for Massive Attack. Dope band, trip hop band. So, you know, if you guys like, you know, Massive Attack, then you'll definitely enjoy his music, especially like early stuff like his Manson Q, I think it's called, that came out in 1995, which I need to get my hands on. A couple other albums, but yeah, like I said, this is a very good album. What's interesting with this album too is that he did a cover version of Slick Rick's The Moment I Feared off his first album. I think it was his first album or his second album, The Rule Is Back. I don't remember. But that song, The Moment I Feared, is actually a cover song for Slick Rick, from Slick Rick. So I thought that was pretty cool. But very dope album, like I said. Tricky in his prime, in my opinion, before he got all indie rockish, which I didn't really care for, with the Vulnerable album, which I showed you guys. Didn't really care for it, but pretty good right here. Definitely captures 1998 around that time, you know, especially in that trip hop era, you know what I mean? But yeah, Tricky with Dirty, Angels with Dirty Faces, released 1998. Then we got Busta Rhymes' 6th album, It Ain't Safe No More, released in 2002. This album came out 1 year after the Genesis album, which I didn't really care for too much. I have to do a Busta Rhymes introduction one day. I might do, I'm not sure when, but yeah, the singles off this album are Make It Clap, which was pretty big back then. I Know What You Want. There's a song that he did with Khalees, but I don't know if that was on the Genesis. I think it was on the Genesis album, because for some reason I thought that song, What It Is with Khalees, I thought that was on this album for some reason, but I think it's on Genesis. Don't remember. Don't really care because I didn't even care for that song. But yeah, glad to own this joint right here. Busta Rhymes, It Ain't Safe No More, released in 2002. Then we got Hypnotize Camp Posse. This was released in 2000. Hypnotize Camp or Hypnotize Posse, also known as the Prophet Posse at one point, but they changed the name. This is a slew of whole everybody. It's kind of like 3 6 Mafia's version of Boot Camp Click in a sense. That's the best way I could take. That's I could explain. But then later down the line, it just narrowed. They narrowed it down to like 3 people, which was DJ Paul, Little White, and Crunchy Black. But that was like later on. But this was like I said, this was like 3 6 Mafia's version of Boot Camp Click because it had a whole bunch of people. But yeah, glad to own this joint right here. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year when I did a whole CD collection of a whole bunch of stuff that I bought from DJ Paul's website. It was like a slew of albums, like stuff that was affiliated with what's his name, with 3 6 Mafia, like Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, Gangsta Black, and people like that. But yeah, glad to own this joint right here. Like I said, this was released in 2000. Then we got Onyx, their debut album, All We Got Is Us, released in 1993. Again, it's another album I already have, but I lost a case when I was moving down. I lost a mad cases from CDs that I had, or I just never kept it or whatever. But yeah, Backdafucup, released in 1993. Singles off the album are Throw Your Guns in the Air, which was the first single. Slam, classic song right there, and Shifty. Shifty's my shit. Onyx in their wildest times, man. Like they were young and crazy. Rest in peace to Big DS, and rest in peace to JMJ. JMJ had his hands all over this album production-wise, and as well as Shy Skills. Shout out to Shy Skills. Very slept on producer in my opinion. But yeah, very dope. Definitely captures early 90s hip hop. Early 90s New York, man. Like 92, 93. When Cash was rocking like the all black Levi, Carl Kanai jean jacket suits and stuff like that. The jeans and the jean jackets. I miss those days, man. The Carhartt jeans and all that shit, man. Just fucking dope right here. But yeah, glad to own this joint right here. Definitely expect a review on these one day. So, yep, Onyx, Backdafucup, released in 1993. Then we got Busta Rhymes' 4th album, titled Anarchy, released in 2000. Very slept on album in my opinion. Little trivia with this album. Well, not as far as Busta Rhymes, but with me. This was the first Busta Rhymes I ever copped in my life. It's the first Busta Rhymes album, and then I bought The Coming. Then I worked my way up. But this was actually the first Busta album I copped. But this was released in 2000. If you guys follow Busta Rhymes, you guys would know that he actually had a theme from his first 3 albums where the world was coming to an end. But obviously with this album, it doesn't follow that theme. You know what I mean? It's because the war had just ended and the war is all in anarchy. Like there's no law, everybody's going crazy. So that's pretty much, not saying that's the theme of the album, but that's just pretty much like the theme of the series, I should say, in a sense. But the singles off this album are Get Out and I believe Fire. Those are the singles off the album. Fire and Get Out. Those are the singles off the album. Very slept on in my opinion. I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about this album too much. People always talk about the first 3 albums, but I rarely hear people talk about this album. And people talk about his other albums like The Big Bang, which a lot of people consider that like his, I guess his comeback album in a sense, but yeah, Busta Rhymes Anarchy, released in 2000. Gladstone is again another album I already have, but again I don't have the case. So this album right here, Glad to Own, and it is 50 cents Before I Self-Destruct. This was released in 2009. Glad to Own this album. Definitely one of my favorite 50 albums in my opinion. I just love how dark this album is. You know, a lot of people don't like this album because I guess of the production or because of his lyrics. Like, a lot of people complain about 50 that, you know, he was simplified. You know, it wasn't the mixtape 50, which I can see what they're saying, but I feel like he kind of went back to his roots. But obviously, he's not spitting like he used to be, like how he used to back in the early 2000s. But I think it definitely has some dope shit, though. I mean, you got singles like, what are the singles? Okay, You're Right. I believe that was a single. I want to say, I don't see it, though. No, that was on the other album. I was thinking about AO Technology, but that was on the Curtis album. But I know Okay You're Right was a single, and I don't remember the other single. But I know it was like a more pop. It had like a more pop feel. Let me check. Let me see. Before I Self-Destruct. Yeah. Okay You're Right was a single. Baby by Me and Do You Think About Me. Those are the 3 singles off the album. But yeah, Okay You're Right. That's my shit. That's like perfect like workout music in my opinion. Very dope. The Invitation. That's my shit. Like the best way to start the album. I Got Swag. That's my shit right there. I mean, very dope. And it comes with the movie too. Very dope movie. My opinion, I think it's better than Get Rich or Die Trying. Even though Get Rich or Die Trying was like more autobiographical, but I felt like Before I Self-Destruct was more. It was like more gritty. It was more dark, and it fit the album. Also, if you like this album, definitely check out his War Angel LP, which was a free mixtape, which was like a. It was like a promotional mixtape to promote this album. But yeah, glad to own this joint. Definitely have to do a review on this one day. I have to get all of his albums eventually. I did a review on his Animal Ambition album, like I think a year or 2 ago. But yeah, Before I Self-Destruct by 50 Cent, released in 2009. Last 2 albums is Marilyn Manson's debut album titled Portrait of An American Family. Excuse me. This was released in 1994. Everybody should know Marilyn Manson, crazy ass motherfucker. Proud Satanist, as you know, he said in interviews and things like that. I don't give a fuck as long as the music is good. I mean, I don't believe in, you know, I believe in God, but you know, but if you believe in whatever, hey, salute to you, man. But that's just not me. But it is what it is. But as long as the music is good, I could care less what you believe in. But yeah, man, very dope album right here. Very dark. Marilyn Manson is prime in my opinion. I already have the Smell Like Children, which is my, like, I would say this and Smell Like Children are my favorite projects from Marilyn Manson. And I do like Antichrist Superstar, which was dope too. But the singles off the album are Lunchbox and Get Your Gun. Those are the singles off the album. But yeah, very dark shit right here. Very dope. You know, if you guys like Korn, you know, that kind of music. Well, I think this is obviously a lot more darker than Korn, but very dope album right here. Yeah, man, Marilyn Manson, Portrait of an American Family, released in 1994. Excuse me. Last but not least, M.O.P's Warriorz, released in 2000. Again, another album I already have, but again, I lost the case. So, but like I said, I know you guys are like, why do you buy the CDs if you have? Why do you buy the albums if you already have the album? You just want the case, because I can do that. It's my money, so that's what it is. Deal with it. So that's what it is. But anyways, getting back to that, very dope album. Glad to own got my hands on this. I mean, this is album definitely worth your money. The singles off the album are G Building, Cold as Ice, and Andy Up. Those are the singles off the album. Very dope shit, man. Brownsville to the fullest, man, right here. This is that Brooklyn Sumper Mud Up Your Ass type of shit right here, man. This is the Tim music, man. But yeah, that's it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed that CD video. I know it's not as amazing as the other one, but you know, there's some CDs that I've been wanting to get, and you know, some stuff that I needed in my collection. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned for more. Stay tuned. Peace.